Hi, this is Evan Jones at lawschooly.com. Today we're doing Game 3 from Preptest 9, which is an old test, October 1993. It's the second test in the 10 actual official LSAT prep test series. We'll put the link to the book in case you don't have it in the post. And this is a pattern game, and pattern games have basically died out. There hasn't been one in the last decade, I believe, and it doesn't really look like they're ever making a comeback, but it's probably good to do them just for practice in the very unlikely event that maybe LSAT decides, oh yeah, we want to start making these again. So they're not too tricky generally. There's usually like one kind of key to them, and once you've unlocked that key, things are fine. And that's basically the way this game goes. So let's take a look. What we have is three boys, and I've got them labeled up here: Carl, Louis, and Miguel, and they're dancing with three girls: Rita, Sarah, and Tura. Okay, we'll say Tura, I don't know. And they're giving a dance recital, 3 dances, 1, 2, and 3, to be performed. And each dance, you're going to have these children pairing off. So, it'd be tempting to maybe like do it like 1, 2, 3, and then have like, this is dancer group 1, this is like pairing 2 here. I think that gets kind of ugly, so we'll discuss like, the system that I ended up going with that I think is better here. What I did was, just chose arbitrarily as a base for this, I just have the girls, and then we'll figure out who they're pairing with, we'll write in the boys later. And this is, dance 1, 2, and 3 here. So you can label that if you want. It's up to you. If you think you're going to have trouble keeping track of it, I didn't bother. And then, so let's look at the more specific rules. Carl partners with Sarah in either dance 1 or 2. So represent that like it's going to be in your diagram. I put a KS right here, so it's there to remind me that that's going into one of these 2 spots. And then whoever partners with Rita in dance 2 must be with Sarah in dance 3. For me, I like to just put in something powerful that reminds me visually that this has to be the same one. So this arrow, it gets in the way visually and reminds you constantly that, okay, say I see M here, well then I definitely have to see M there. So let's draw that arrow maybe a little better. But I think that's a good way to do it with a nice visual representation, like so. And then, let's see, our last rule is no 2 children can partner with each other in more than one dance. And like, what that means is, say Carl's with Sarah here, and then Carl has to be with Tura here and Rita here. So you'll never see Carl on the same line. You'll never see Luis on the same line. You'll never see Miguel on the same line. So that's kind of the pattern, and that's important to realize. The key to this entire game, and it's kind of hard to see, but I feel like even if you miss it at this early stage, you'll get it quickly. And that's that whoever's here, also, whoever's in this spot, say it's Miguel, and we go Miguel, Miguel, well, they also have to be up here. So you're going to also draw an arrow there. And, that way if say that Miguel is in any of these spots, or Luis is any of these spots, he's going to have to be in the other ones as well. So this is like a pattern that is pervasive throughout the game. And once you've got that, like a whole lot of information, because then there's only these two dancers remaining that can go in one of the other spots. So it pretty much makes it an easy solve once you have that knowledge. We'll get rid of our M's here, but we'll leave our arrow that reminds us, that this pattern persists throughout the entire game. Okay, so let's get on to solving it. One more quick discussion about the pattern. There's literally one, other than the rule we talked about where they can't partner with each other in more than one dance, there's only this one remaining rule. So in order to know anything about the rest of this order, the game is probably going to give you information about who's in this matrix, and then they'll probably also give you some more information that affects this rule. And then once you know one other piece of information besides who's in these three spots, you should be able to quickly fill in the whole rest of the table here. So that should make any problem a relatively quick solve from then on. Okay, problem number 14 here, the first problem. If Sarah's with Lewis in dance 3, so just put Lewis there. Which of the following is a complete and accurate list of girls who can partner with Miguel in dance 1? So first thing you do, obviously, is fill your chart back up using our arrows here, so we know L has to be in these 3 spots. So that leaves 2 spaces for Miguel, okay, here and here. Oh, sorry, that's not an M. So Miguel could be in either one of these spots. We don't really know anything further because K can pair with S in either one of these spots. We have no additional information. Either of these would be okay. So it should be fine for Miguel to pair with both Sarah and Rita. And that's answer choice D, the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to 15. If Miguel partners with Rita in dance 2, then which of the following could be true? So we stick Miguel with Rita here, and again, like I said, this gives you your information about what's in these spots following that pattern. That's why this is a pattern game. Which of the following could be true? So a bunch of stuff could be true, right? Because our only other rule, K and S, well, K could still be in either of these, right? So let's see. Carl partners with Tura in dance 1. No, because M has to be there. Lewis partners with Sarah in dance 2. I look at that and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Why can't Lewis be there? Rather than agonizing over whether this is right and filling it in, the better thing to do here is just see if you can eliminate the other answers. And this is a key strategy that you see on a lot of games like this. With could be true questions, all of the wrong answers must be something that can't be true. So see if just on the work you've done already, if you can eliminate those other answer choices. So C, Lewis is with Sarah in 3. No, Miguel's there. That's gone. Miguel partners with Sarah in dance 1. No, that's not possible. He's up with Tura. Okay, and then E, Miguel partners with Tura in dance 3. No, he's with Sarah. That's gone. So that leaves B as the only one that can be true, just based on this MMM thing that we have. So that's our answer. Pretty easy stuff. Once you know this pattern, this game is super easy. I think this might be why pattern games went out, is maybe they were kind of having difficulty making them tricky enough without being too tricky. I don't know. That's just speculation. So let's move on. If Miguel partners with Sarah in dance 1, so put Miguel here, which of the following is a pair of children who must partner with each other in dance 1? So the only other information we can get right away is that K has to go here, right, in S. And then because of the our third rule, no two children can partner with each other in more than one dance, that means, and this is a slightly tough inference to make, but Sarah's already danced with M and K. Only person she can dance with still is Lewis. So then now we just follow our pattern backwards. You know, this do pattern. And then from there we can actually just fill in the whole chart. L and M are already gone, so now the only guy left is K. And then over here we've got M is all that's left for Rita to dance with. Over here we've got M, and then our last one that hasn't been used here is K. And it's interesting to note too that these patterns are constant. You know, so we could also draw arrows saying like do here, 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 but there's actually a couple options there, so you probably wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, yeah, from here we've got this chart totally filled in, and it should be really easy to answer the question. Who has to partner with each other in dance 3? Carl and Rita? Nope, I don't see that. Carl and Tura? Yeah, that's right there. So that's our correct answer. The other ones, Lewis and Rita, Lewis and Tura, Miguel and Tura, we see that that's not how it is from our diagram. Things are totally set in stone here, so the only possible one was B, our correct answer. "17. If Lewis partners with Sarah in dance 2, so we put Lewis and Sarah together here. Who has to, what's a pair of children that have to dance together in dance 1? So Lewis is with Sarah. We got to follow our K and S rule now, so that's K and S here. And then we do just the same exact pattern as we did last time, which is now you have M here, and then M works back here. M goes here, then L, L, K, K. Yeah, you just fill it in. You know, I always say do your inferences and check if they make answer the question before doing more work. But if the diagram can be done to completion pretty easily, generally it's a time saver to just go ahead and fill it in, then focus on answering the question. So who has to dance with each other in dance 1? Oh yeah, well I could have just done it for dance 1, but so that was a little dumb there. Maybe, yeah, if you can remember that dance 1 is all we're looking at, just fill out dance 1 and then answer the question. Lewis and Rita pops out. They have to be together. That's C. That's our correct answer. None of the other ones are possible. Carl and Rita, Carl and Tura, Lewis and Tura, M and R. No, none of those are possible. So C is our only correct answer there. And almost done with the game. This is a quick solve. I mean, some really fast student. I didn't time myself out doing this game recently. You know, not for the last 10 years or so, but no, I haven't been in the law school game that long. I took the test in 2009, or yeah, 2008. So I haven't been doing LSAT problems that long, but I haven't done this one since I actually was studying myself. Yeah, but it's a quick game. Definitely a quick game. Maybe 5 minutes would be like an excellent speed to set on this. So give it a try, you know. You might be thrown off by the pattern nature of the game and have trouble with it. If you do, don't worry too much because these games really aren't around anymore. They're extinct. They're a dinosaur, so yeah, don't stress it. Okay, problem 18. If Miguel partners with Rita in dance 1, which of the following must be true? This is really the only tricky problem in the game. It looks at first like it would be possible to have either K or L here, and K or L here. But you can't, because if you try to put K up here, then that forces K down in here per our pattern rule, and that's doesn't allow you to get K and S in the first two turns like we need to do. So the only option for K and S is right here. And then you just fill in the rest of your diagram the same way that we've been doing. K, 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 M, M. Yeah, and then you're done, right? Which has to be true. Carl's with Rita in 2. No. K's with S in 3. Nope. K's with R here. K's with T in dance 1. Nope, that's not right either. L's with R in dance 2. Yep, that's right. That has to be true. So D's our correct answer. Done. Game's over. That was a pretty easy one. The only thing that was tough really was this setup. If you tried to do some sort of thing with like one, if you tried to treat it kind of like a grouping game and be like, yeah, K and S are here together and R and S are here together, you know, I think that gets messy. The best thing to do is to use one or the other, boys or girls, as the base, and then go from there. I think it only really made sense to use girls as the base, actually, because you have these rules about getting these two being the same. You know, if they're dancing with Rita here, they're dancing with Sarah here. So, yeah, make the girls your base, and you're good. And just, you know, don't lose sleep at night over the possibility that you'll be doing weird pattern games like this, because really I don't think they're going to make a comeback. I'll feel really bad if they do, and you get blindsided by one, but just keep your wits about you, and they're typically not too hard. Probably the difficulty at that point would be coming from the fact that the game is kind of unusual, and really it'll reward people who just don't panic and see that, no, there's not too much tricky going on. So just remember that if you did encounter a pattern game, chances are it's very easy. So, yeah, don't fear. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.